everybody, it's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. In 1994, Bethesda Software has created their own version of Dungeons & Dragons in a first-person role-player game for MS-DOS known as Elder Scrolls Arena. And from there spawned Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls Legends Battlespire, Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, and Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. In 2006, they created their fourth installment of this game, entitled Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. Now, this game had gotten high acclaims, but who cares about that? Let's take a look at it ourselves, shall we? You can choose one of 10 races, both male and female: Imperial, Khajiit, Nord, Orc, Redguard, Wood Elf, Argonian, Breton, Dark Elf, and High Elf. And with that you have specific attributes and skills like acrobatics, armory, alchemy, blade, block, mercantile, restoration, security, sneak, and speechcraft. Now, it's always good to use speechcraft to impress attractive young women, and the answer is... well, if she were real. But despite that, this is still my favorite reaction.
No more. You're frightening me.
I just love that. As you use your skills, you increase your experience in them, and when you hear this sound, your skill has gone up. And at certain levels, you increase their rank as well, making it more effective. You also have spells and greater and lesser powers that you acquire throughout the game. Your enemies level up with you, so you might start off with rats, then mountain lions, then giant monsters. After a while, even goblins become a real pain in the ass. Now, how do you build up levels? By building up your major skills depending on what class you select your character to be. And when you see a message about your level building up, you find a bed, take a nap, and then you can build up your level and some of your attributes. The game starts with Emperor Uriel Septim, voiced over by Patrick Stewart. Yes, that Patrick Stewart.
Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Talking about an Oblivion invasion over the world of Tamriel that he's seen in a dream. You then wake up to find yourself in a jail with this guy talking trash. Emperor and his blades, his guardians, come to your cell to get to a secret passage. He tells you to follow along, and this becomes your tutorial. You fight off this group called the Mythic Dawn until the Emperor leads you to a small room and gives you the all-powerful Amulet of Kings. There he's killed, and you have to fight this guy now. After he's dead, Boris, one of the Blades, tells you to find Joffrey, the Grand Master of his order. Joffrey then tells you about the Emperor's illegitimate son, Martin, Kvatch. When you get to Kvatch, you're greeted by this douchebag running and screaming, and an Oblivion invasion. You then enter the Oblivion realm, so you can close the gate by grabbing a sigil stone. After you close the gate, you return to Kvatch, and now join in on the fight against the siege of the town. As you fight through, you get to the Temple of Arkay, one of the 9 gods, and there you find Martin, voiced over by Sean Bean. Yes, that's Sean Bean.
You're supposed to die for me.
You take Martin back to Wayne Priory, where there's a Mythic Dawn attack going on. After that, Joffrey finds that the Amulet of Kings was stolen from his private quarters. But the heir to the throne is safe, and you take him to Cloud Ruler Temple, the home base of the Blades. Afterwards, with the help of Boris and this Argonian chick, you use clues to find the Mythic Dawn's hideout in a cave. And you meet Mankar Cameron, their leader, voiced over by Terrence Stamp. Yes, that Terrence Stamp. In case you're wondering, the Orc and Nord women are voiced over by Linda Carter. Yes, that Linda Carter. So you kill everybody in sight and find Mysterium Xarxes, the unholy book of Mehrunes Dagon. You bring it back to Martin. He sends you on a hunt for a Daedric Lord artifact, Tiber Septim's armor, and a Great Welking Stone. While you're doing that, you have to speak to the counts and countesses of all the towns and close their Oblivion gates so they can aid you in your attack against the Oblivion invasion in Bruma. Martin then tells you he needs you to get a Great Sigil Stone from a giant Oblivion gate. So he leads the troops over to where the Oblivion gates are being opened, and he rallies them up with a motivational speech. Oh yeah, I've heard Sean Bean motivational speeches before.
You'll take the ring to Sauron! You'll betray us!
You fight through the enemy, you go through the giant Oblivion gate, you travel through the plains of Oblivion once again, and you grab the Great Sigil Stone. You then bring it back to Martin, who uses it to open a portal into Mankar Cameron's paradise. And as you travel through paradise and all its levels, Mankar Cameron's talking smack.
Kneel before Zod!
I'm just kidding, he doesn't really say that. And you meet up with him, you fight him and his children, then take the Amulet of Kings when you kill him. The portal's then destroyed and you're brought back home. Now you have to take Martin to the Imperial Palace and meet up with Chancellor Okato. However, before the celebration begins, there's an Oblivion attack happening outside. So once again, you have to fight through the Oblivion creatures and meet up with Mehrunes Dagon himself. Temple of the One, where this whole thing happens between him in dragon form. So that's what he was hiding under his robe the whole time. And Mehrunes Dagon. He takes out Mehrunes Dagon, killing himself. And then Martin talks about the New Age and how you will be written in legend in this piece that has been brought to Cyrodiil. So that's it, right? Now right after that, Chancellor Okato comes to you and says you're now the champion of Cyrodiil, which means you get a new dragon armor. Now that's just the main quest. There are a whole bunch of side quests you can take on and build up your levels to make the main quest a little bit easier. You can join guilds like the Dark Brotherhood and rise up to the rank of Listener, the Mages Guild and rise up to the rank of Archmage, the Thieves Guild where you can become the Grey Fox and get his cowl of Nocturnal and screw with people, or you can simply just walk around and talk to anybody you see and get quests from them. Now if you have the Knights of the Nine and the Shivering Isles expansions, you investigate the Anvil Chapel attack, then speak to the Prophet outside the Anvil Chapel, who'll give you your quest along with a rough sketch of a map of all the gods' shrines. That really doesn't help you much. And you begin your quest. Shivering Isles, you hear about a weird door in the Nibbin Bay, where you swim out to it, you talk to Haskell, and the Shivering Isles are open to you. So what do I think of this game? This is one of the greatest games I've ever played. Now I am an RPG freak, but this is for everybody, not just those that like role-playing games. Even playing through it again, just for this review, I'd gotten into it once more. Now, it does have its share of annoying parts.
Fuck you!
Even so, it'll grip you enough for you to put at least 60 hours into each character. And I am not kidding. At least 60 fucking hours into each character. Now that might seem like a lot of hours to devote to one game, but that's what RPGs are for. To impede on the progress of the life you thought you could have had. But at least you'll have fun doing it. And thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.